All right. The top 10 players that I don't want to run into at Combo Breaker. All right. Not in any particular order, but we'll start with the obvious one. Sir Alex V. Now, granted, this is Alex's first offline event. Combo Breaker is going to be really juicy because a lot of new players are showing up. But not for nothing, Alex V, I think, has like the highest stonks right now. He's been the most dominant player since like the 2020 era of Killer Instinct. And obviously, he's just the scariest. I mean, there's not a single soul that is attending Combo Breaker this year that feels like Alex V isn't ready for this, in my opinion. I think the experience and not having an offline background is going to play a little bit of a factor, but I think when you play at the level that Alex plays at, it's not going to matter too much. Alex is too good. He's going to be cooking easily. The next person I don't want to run into is Base. Base has historically always had my number pretty well. I've gotten some pretty decent dubs in my time, but I would say a majority he's beaten me just as much as like the other top players of back in the day, like Paul and Rico, Sleep. He's kind of always been a threat, and I think that people are forgetting to put him in the conversation. And I hope that every single one of you remembers that Base is attending Combo Breaker this year. So you think Base is a threat? A threat would mean like, oh man, he could possibly beat me. Like, no, like Base will beat you. Like Base is going to beat everybody. Base is a shoo-in for top 8. Easy. Number 3 on my list for people I do not want to run into at Combo Breaker. As of right now, SVM. My God. Every single time I play SVM, I feel like I need to take like some sort of enhancement, steroids or drugs or anything that I could possibly use to get an upper hand, because I feel like when me and SVM are playing on the same level in the same category, she is just always like one step ahead. Like she's just like infinitely better, and it's like I gotta figure out what it's gonna take to get on that level, because she is so consistent. Just the characters she plays just bothers me so much. I wish you would play Rash against me. I would rather fight Rash than Spinal or Shin any day. As a full gore player, well, granted, I do zone the shit out of Shin, but she knocks me down once, and then I hate my life for the next 99 seconds. So yeah, SVM, I don't want to fight you at Combo Breaker. I mean, I do because it'd be cool, but to keep the theme of the video, hopefully I don't run into SVM. That would suck. Number 4 player I don't want to run into at Combo Breaker is Carnitas. Carnitas is an absolute maniac. He is a menace to society for not only playing Glacius, but the way that he plays Glacius. I think that is a big question mark for the entire bracket. I think his Twitter page, or his team's Twitter page, has got his stonks the highest out of any KI player, and I think that's really scary. His confidence is high. He does well against me. You have a bounty on Carnitas, Roman? That's pretty crazy. I think he has one of the best chances to take me out, and I'm not looking forward to it. I hate Glacius. I always have. I always will. That's all there really is to it. The top 8 Lagger tweet is going to go insane. If Carnitas gets top 8 at Combo Breaker, especially top 8 winners, it's a wrap. That Twitter page is going to explode. Anyways, moving on. Number 5, the next player I definitely don't want to run into in bracket is Wheels. Wheels has always been consistent against me. We've always gone back and forth. Super big threat to just about anybody as long as he's playing, you know, on the same level that day. Like, you know, his health is in good hands and he's not, you know, feeling bad or anything like that. Wheels is very, very scary to run in against. He beat me at Combo Breaker 2017, so he's got experience against me already. That's not fun, and I really don't want to, I don't want to get got, is really what it is. Gargos is scary. I have a counter to all of his degenerate things. That's not how this works, bro. This game is too volatile. This game is way too volatile to think about it that way. I am physically prepared to fight all of these players, but at the end of the day, if I run into them, these are the players that I'm least likely to do well against. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, Wheels is on that list. Number 6 player that I don't want to run into upon Combo Breaker is Litalis. Litalis, I've historically done well against, but when he's like actually feeling himself and he's on a mean streak, which I think lately he kind of has been, it's very dangerous. It is incredibly dangerous, and Litalis is one of the scariest players in the game. He can touch of death you with multiple characters that he has in his arsenal, and obviously the one I'm most afraid of is Litalis' Aganos, but the Tusk is also very much a threat, and I do feel like that's terrifying, especially because Litalis has been so consistent offline, and he's been just killing it in these online tournaments too, so Litalis has to be on that list. It would be I'd be foolish not to include him on that list. Number 7 for me personally is Insight. Insight just recently confirmed that he's going to Combo Breaker, and me and Insight have always had close sets. He's even beaten me in bracket before, and Insight to me is like a personal demon of mine. I always dislike having to fight Insight in bracket. His Omen is really scary. He makes good decisions against me. He understands my breaker game very well, and he understands how to pressure me with Omen. He's nasty. Insight should cook me. It's very possible that he could. Why do you think he's on the list? He's not on the list just for shits and giggles. Insight's super gross against me. He's definitely a sleeper pick, for sure. For sure. Number 8 on my list of people I don't want to run into at Combo Breaker this year is AbsoluteZero. He made top 16 last year. I think he got 9th place, but he has been in an absolute mean streak ever since. AbsoluteZero is one of the scariest players in the game right now, and I think he's got a target on the back of my head, and I'm a little worried about that because Hisako doesn't do very well against Fulgore, I will say, but I do think that she's, like, you know, capable of beating anybody. We've seen him do super good against Kron. We've seen him do super well against me in the past. He's beaten Alex V in tournament. The sky's the limit for AbsoluteZero, and I really feel like he's possibly the hardest person to go up against when, like, he's feeling himself. He's just, yeah, he's playing a ski mask character. Yeah, it's not going to be pretty. I'm not looking forward to having to fight Hisako in bracket. It's been a while. I don't know the last time I fought, like, Hisako offline, but maybe Storm. It might actually be Storm. I don't know. But yeah, that's gonna suck if I run into AbsoluteZero. He's a beast. Number 9. These last two are kind of going to be picks that I don't think a lot of people are talking about. Number 9 is Extreme Zombie. This is going to be, to my knowledge, also his first offline tournament, much like Insight and Alex V. If you haven't played Extreme Zombie before, the best way I can put it is just high octane mix. Zombie is OD. I won Combo Breaker 2022 last year. Sat down with Extreme Zombie, played him in casuals, and he beat me in a first to 3. He beat me in a tournament set. So if there's anybody who could, you know, finagle some ski mask type stuff against me, it's going to be Extreme Zombie. He's so scary, and if anybody sleeps on him, they're dead. They're dead in the water. Oh, he was at Combo Breaker 2019? Got you. He wasn't as good as he was back then as he is now, though. Zombie is on fire right now, and I think his Aria is going to go a long way, for sure. The number 10 player that I am absolutely terrified to run into, and I am almost positive they're going, and I've seen nobody except Charbak talk about this. This person's super high on my list, and I never want to run into them in tournament, is Raven is Raw. Raven is Raw, I'm almost positive, is attending Combo Breaker, and he has a very positive history against me. The last tournament set we played is Kumite in Texas offline. He beat me there. And then he also beat me at Twitch Rivals. Raven is the Nikki killer, and he's definitely countered me in the past, for sure. I don't want to run into Raven as Raw, bro. He is, like, got me down pat. I really am going to have to, like, gimmick him out or something, because he just knows how to beat me. He's got a kind of similar spinal to, like, base and SVM combined in the best of both worlds, and it's horrifying. I don't want to fight that shit, bro. There you have it. That's my top 10 list for people I don't want to run into at Combo Breaker.